Hello, everybody.
Hi
Again,
there.
we're back. Tonight is a show that we promised last 2 weeks ago, and it's about nothing.
Nothing. Which means
I have no outline. I have no subject. There was no homework. Nothing.
oh no.
It's a show about nothing.
Okay.
So I've got basically hang on. What are we? I don't know what we're gonna do. It's just we're gonna talk at each other
Right.
for an hour of nothing.
Well, hopefully it turns into something. But
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know.
I think it will.
Okay.
We'll get going. And to start it off.
And
And movie quote insert here.
not yet. I'm just put dramatic gopher in.
Oh, okay. All
So,
right.
there we are.
Dramatic gopher.
I'm hoping that with the screens don't freeze up again tonight. I've done the whole fix registry errors, do the restore
purge.
health thing on the thing, did the scan now fix and everything. Super duper computer geeky administrative things that I had to look up online to figure out how to do. So
Okay.
that's what I did, and hopefully that's fixed a lot of
Yeah.
what was happening, because apparently the computer was using a lot of RAM for this particular bit of software.
Well, yes. I mean,
So,
you're
there we
running
are.
a lot of cameras and
4 cameras now. Four.
Yay.
And we're up to 6 subscribers.
Yay!
I think it's 6, or is it 7? Wait,
Oh no.
I thought it was 7.
Maybe it is. We just got a new one.
Yeah, but is it? No, it's 6.
Oh.
So that means we lost one. Yeah, we lost one.
You win some, you lose some.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah. Yay.
Woo.
So, yeah, we're above 5 now.
Yay, we're on the second hand.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, there we are.
Cool. All right. Well, the topic that's hot on my mind is I want to hear about your trip. I know you put a lot of things on YouTube, but
I did. I tried a little bit.
I want to hear it here.
Well, I had a good one. It was fun. I was in Lafayette, Louisiana all last week for the National Marine Educators Association's National Conference. And we were focusing on the resiliency of the marine education and the fact there's a lot of change involved with it and how that's going to play into the future with in regards to policy and education and getting things happening and working in the right direction. So I was in, yes, it was in the deep South. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I very humid, put this Colorado kid in the swamp. And it was great. But it was really, I was in Cajun country and I learned all about the culture and what that was all about. The cool thing about this conference is that they like to meld a lot of, we're very science. We're all a bunch of science nerds, but there's also a really emphasis on the culture and the peoples in that area, because grassroots conservation and grassroots work with the environment happens with the peoples that are around it. So we learned a lot about the Cajuns, the Acadians that came down from Canada and settled the area. And then we learned specifically about the Pointe-au-Chien Native American tribe that's right at the farthest part of the bayou you can get.
Okay.
And some of their challenges and what they're doing for resilience and just preserving of their culture, which was very interesting as well. And then, we just ate a lot of good food and had a lot of great music.
Oh, gosh, I imagine.
The lecture, there's a middle lecture that's the cultural lecture every day or every conference. It's called the Stanger Lecture. And this lecture was actually a musical performance.
Oh.
It was he's an ecologist. He's a swamp ecologist, actually, focusing on birds
Oh,
of the bayou.
okay.
And his family has a family band, which is kind of the thing that everybody does down there. But it's a Cajun, not necessarily Zydeco, but it's definitely that type of music. And his 2 sons are Grammy Award winners.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
So
it's kind of thing. The cool
not
thing,
just a homegrown
it's just
band,
not a
real
homegrown
deal.
band. They like are
Wow.
legit musicians. And then the cool thing is that he would, all of the songs they picked were about the bayou and the land and the environment and the animals and how that has played such a big role in the Cajun culture. And so he translated it because that's all in Cajun French, not English. So, I mean, honestly, I would not have known a word that he was saying.
I was going to say, even if you know French, Cajun
French is a dialect
different thing.
of real French, which is another interesting. The Pointe-Chan Indian tribe speaks real French, like France French.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of an interesting thing. And
wow. Okay.
there's a whole idea, like, anyway, there was a lot of things we learned.
Could nerd out on the history
I
language.
could. But anyway, that was kind of the getting that first musical. And then we had a big Zydeco band that was our band that played for the banquet. And then we had a closing dinner on Wednesday with another Zydeco band. So
Wow.
it was kind of just good music, good
Oh,
food,
yeah.
lots of bugs. And then I come home and I sound like this because me and humidity and all sorts of air conditioning results into, hopefully I don't hack a lung again.
Yeah.
So we're hedged our bets. But
Right.
it was really cool. Lafayette is a very homegrown town. I had a guy, and if Chuck's actually going to be producing a video of my field trip day at Vermilionville, and the gentleman, I spent a lot of time with him. I actually had the place to myself because it was the last, the day before a holiday and the middle of summer, so nobody was there, and it was really cool. And the gentleman I spoke with for a long time, he was like, have you been here before? I was like, no. And he lived a year in Fort Collins though, so that's
Oh
the
my
big
goodness!
connection.
Wow. Okay.
And then his thing was, he's like, I describe us like this. He's like, Cajuns, we're very hospitable people, but we're also very much our own people,
Yeah.
and that we stick to ourselves, kind of thing. And you got that feeling, they were very warm, very welcoming, super helpful. Everything that you picture about the Deep South and that hospitality is there, and they were great. But they know who they are, and they're very much their own people.
Well, yeah.
And so it was kind of neat to see it in the flesh, experience it, and not necessarily depend on movies to get you what it's like there.
Movies or the
lore about it.
The lore, or like what's the show of the gator hunters?
Oh, swamp people.
Swamp people. Yeah, where they kind of stereotype it a little bit.
I mean,
where Cousin Boudreaux comes out.
Yeah.
I didn't go
missing fingers.
I didn't go on those kind of field trips. There was a swamp tour, and then there was a kayak. I tried to get on one, but then I changed my mind because once I went to Vermilionville, I was like, I want to go back. It's a reenactment and a living history museum, and all of the buildings are legit buildings, but they moved them into Vermilionville so that way, and they're set up with different vignettes, so you could see what it's like with the settling and the history there. And
that sounds fascinating.
It was really cool, and all the interpreters are in costume and in a character, but they're actually they have peoples in history and genealogy that's tied to the settling of Vermilionville. Vermilionville is actually the first name of Lafayette.
Okay.
It's on Bayou Vermilion, And so Vermilionville was where they settled. So that was the other thing that was hard to get used to, is everything is described by the bayou that it's by.
Oh.
So instead of neighborhoods, it's the bayou, whatever you are by. So that was kind of that was interesting.
And not being from Louisiana, I just think of the bayou as one big generic thing.
No.
And
they're
little bits of...
We would think of them as lakes.
Yeah.
And the different lakes. But that's how they're connected. So
okay.
It was cool. I go back to Lafayette if I would go there again if I could not fly through Houston.
I feel you.
And it's a 2-hour drive from New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
So, and there's no direct flight from New Orleans to Lafayette. There is a flight from Houston to Lafayette. That's why
I see.
we went there. So, and it's 38 minutes wheels up to wheels down. So it's literally like you get on and you get off. It's that quick. So
is it a little puddle jumper?
Oh yeah, Mom would have died. and flying out there, I got delayed by lightning. So I was delayed an hour, and so we had to fly into the storm to get over it to get back into Lafayette, and it was like, I mean, I'm a fan of turbulence, but holy mackerel, that one was like, that was a little bit of a
in those little planes you get thrown around.
Everything, you felt it. You felt it. And there was like 12-year-old pilot, like he just got his license. Let's go play. You know, it was just like, oh Lord. But anyway, we made it. I'm here. I'm safe.
Yeah.
Oh
so, my gosh.
Really good food. Really good food. So.
Oh, I can't. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be worth it just to. I want to go hear the music and eat the food. And now that you've introduced us to Vermilionville, I want to go.
Oh, that was so cool. It was such a cool little thing. I was really surprised. I mean, I'd read up on a little bit because that's where we actually had our Monday night dinner. They are closed on Mondays, and they opened up in the evening for us for a special event. And we were able to just walk around. There were no interpreters or anything. And just reading the signs and everything was really cool. I mean, if there was a 6-foot gator just hanging out and everybody's like, is it real? And I'm like,
yeah.
Like, we're a bunch of animal people, you dummies. Yes, it's real.
Why don't you try and go pet it?
Well, they were getting up really close, and I'm like, y'all.
This is like getting close to the bison up in Yellowstone.
Exactly. I'm like, there's things that you don't do. And I'm like, okay, you know.
Oh shit, this won't end well.
this
he's only a 6-footer. It'll be fine.
Well, it's just
you just take off your thumb.
Anyway, they just
gosh.
You know.
Yeah.
All these northerners.
Right.
Oh my
No,
God.
it's an animatronic. Go ahead.
They were like, oh, is it stuffed? I'm like, why would they throw a stuffed gator right there?
Right?
Like, it's hot. He's, you know, anyway.
Oh my goodness.
There's enough non-animal people in this organization that it makes you shake your head a lot.
Yeah, considering what the organization is. Wow.
I mean, these are the classroom teachers that are like, is it real?
Oh my.
Oh,
yeah, it's
man.
like, yeah, don't touch it. Or you can touch it and find out the hard way.
Yeah.
Some of you have to learn the hard way, so go ahead.
We'll just say that the nearest ER is
anyway.
a little ways away.
So it was good. It was really good food. I made the statement to some of my cohorts. I was like, you know, when we do a conference in the South, you know, you're going to eat good.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We did. So.
As long as they didn't make you eat the gator.
There were gator balls.
Were there?
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite.
So, I did not eat them. No.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so you were saying?
No, I didn't eat them. I don't like gator. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't either.
So there were a few things I didn't eat because I don't eat it.
I agree. I don't necessarily like alligator.
It's very swampy tasting. It tastes exactly like you think it will.
Yeah.
And when they
it
say
tastes
it tastes like
the
chicken,
environment.
no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't taste like chicken, and it tastes like the environment that it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you know.
But it was good. It was, you know, fun. I learned a lot. I was able to present this year, and I had a little bit of a redemption tour. Yay me. A few years ago when I presented, I had the same time slot, which is the very last time slot on the very last day of workshops, which I was really sad about. Because the last time that happened to me, I had 5 people in the room.
Yeah, because everyone's
and I was
taking off
really
to do something else.
I made the statement to the people in the room. I was like, I took it. I shouldn't have taken it personally, but I totally did. But this year I had 22 people in the room.
Nice.
And it went well, and there was some good discussion. So my part was good, and then I was able to, reinforce some of the good things that we're doing already and my work, and get some new ideas and reconnect with a bunch of people, and that, which was a lot of fun. I was a little more outgoing this year than I have been in past years, so that was fun. So it was good to be back. It's my favorite conference, so
I'm glad you got to go.
Yeah, me too. Next year's in Cambridge, Maryland. No. Yeah, Cambridge, Maryland. I think it's Cambridge, Maryland. Maryland, on the Chesapeake. So I will.
Okay.
If I get to go next year, I will be in Maryland at the end of July. More,
They pick some hot spots.
They do it in the middle of the summer where teachers can go.
Well, of course, yeah.
And everybody wants to go near the ocean water, so those are going to be hot spots.
Sure.
So,
yeah, that'll be a whole different set of history and everything else. So, yeah. Well, cool.
So that was my week. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been up to. Travel weary. I'm very worn out and tired. We slept in the dorms, and I learned I'm no longer fit for dorm life.
No.
So, yeah. And we got the summer mattresses. We didn't get the year-round mattresses. So I have, my hips are on freaking fire.
Yeah.
And,
there
was this bar on the edge of the mattress that I have bruises on my knees from it. So,
yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, it was good. It was fun. And now I'm back. So that's that. That was my week.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
You win the prize for the best trip.
Oh, thanks.
Well, maybe.
It was busy. I worked 11 days in a row because I worked my 5 days, and then it was a 6-day week. So it was a long
While
haul
conferences are different because they're not your actual day job, they're still exhausting, particularly when you present, right? Because you got to be on and have all your stuff, but you're absorbing so much information at a conference that they're really tiring.
And plus I was answering, doing work emails and that, so I was still in work mode, but
because they're like you're working, so therefore no,
and I'd made that choice, so there's that was my week.
All right, like I said, I got nothing.
And
you guys did something fun too.
Well,
fun for you.
Before we did that, I got my annual review, and within that I got promoted. So
I saw that. Yay for you. Did you know that was happening?
No.
Oh,
no.
Very cool.
That was very cool. Yeah. So now I'm senior manager. So that's a big accomplishment for me. I really never thought I'd get there. So I'm thrilled.
Yay. That's good.
Yeah.
Does that mean a change of duties or just a reinforcement of what you've been doing?
Really an acknowledgement of what I've been doing.
Oh,
when
cool.
I first started, I had 5 employees with 1 department. I now have 2 departments, and shortly we'll have 15 employees. So, and the number of business units that we work with has tripled. So yeah, we've grown quite a lot. So I think that's the acknowledgement for that.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. But then we did something fun, which you can see over at Chuck's New Adventure.
Yep. I just loaded up as this is going to be posted, it will probably have been a week old. Or at least 4 days old.
Yeah.
At least. Is that on this Sunday, I just posted the first day 1 of Fan Expo Denver 2025, our visit. Now, there's not a lot of video footage.
I know, but it's fun.
Because I have discovered something about conventions, and that's trying to hold a camera and walk through the exhibit hall is not something that I consider to be something fun. It's very, very, how can I say? It's very distracting.
Well, yeah.
Because with me with the prosthetic leg, for one, and then me with a cane with the prosthetic leg for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then me with a cane and a prosthetic leg in a crowded environment.
Right. Yeah, where you're trying not to record kids and you're
Right.
trying not to record people
And then
face on and
adding all that to the fact of looking at the camera screen, which is only about yay big, and walking through that crowded area with the distractions of all the art and all the characters and all the costumes and everything and the music and everything that's going on, and
it's a lot.
it's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. So I filmed what I was comfortable filming. I did what I was comfortable doing. And then on day 2, I realized that I had almost worn a hole in my right foot.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Oh, because you wore a costume.
Because, yeah, I wore boots that I shouldn't have been wearing.
Right.
I should not have been wearing them. But, I look great.
Yeah. You look great.
I thought I looked fantastic.
But it wasn't good for walking.
No, it was not at all. So, yeah, there was that. We had a good time. We got to meet a celebrity.
Yes.
It's Damien Haas from
a
lot of voiceover work.
Mm-hmm.
He's a voice actor. And a lot of people will probably know him from Smosh. If you folks out there on the interwebs, and especially on YouTube, are familiar with Smosh, you will know who Damien is.
Absolutely.
He was also on So Random, so he's a Disney cast member alumni.
Yep.
Or alumnus, alumni.
Don't hurt yourself, kid.
Thank you. Anyway, so there's that. I did not get to see the amount of celebrities I wanted to see. I would have loved to have been able to be there yesterday and today for Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
I would have loved that because I would have loved to have got a autograph from Hey Hey.
Yeah.
Because
Hey.
I'd
be shocked if he had Hey.
I wouldn't.
The autograph.
I wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, knowing who he is and knowing how silly he can be, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I would have liked to have met Brendan Fraser.
Oh, for sure.
That would have been fun.
That would have been fun.
John Rhys Davies, I would have loved to have met. Sala from Indiana Jones.
Cassandra Peterson,
yes. The line was so long. Oh.
So I got a glimpse of her as I was walking over to get the covers for the pictures, the autographs that we got.
I figured.
Yeah. And because it was over there.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, I'll just, kind of peek over and, like, yep, there she is.
Yep. And yeah, that would have been fun. That would have been fun. That was, a little bit of nostalgia for me in my 80s days of meeting Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. That would have been cool.
Go to some more of the panels. That would have been fun.
Yeah, and see that I would have loved to have been over on the Voice Acting 101 panel that Damien was part of. Mm-hmm. Because I would have loved to have been to learn a little bit more about voice acting, voiceover work.
You'd be good at it.
I don't know if I would.
I think you would.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, Alyce knows that, yes, I make noises, but no, it's that there's something else to voice acting that I don't know if I'd be able to do.
I think you could get into a character. You're an actor.
Well, yeah. So, yeah. And character voices I don't necessarily do all that much. I do at them. I don't necessarily do them. So I don't know
how you stay there.
Yeah. It takes there's a special breed of actors that can do that.
Yeah.
There's a special group that can do that. And yeah. Jason Isaacs was another one that I would have liked to have gone to meet. I would have liked to have met Lucius Malfoy, as it were. That would have been fun.
And all of his many other
roles. Oh man.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean he's in Lord of the Rings, he was in Armageddon, he was in The Patriot. The list goes on and on and on and on, So
but yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah, so many of them don't come until either later Friday after we'd already left, or Saturday.
Right.
Saturday was kind of the big A-list celeb day.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the A-list folks are there for the big turnout.
Mm-hmm.
They're there because
but Friday being a holiday, It was a pretty big turnout on Friday.
It was more busy than I truly expected
Yeah, it
or
was-
truly wanted.
I know.
Let's put it that way.
It was very
So,
crowded.
yeah.
I was after 2 days of this, I was very peopled out
Mm-hmm.
by the end of it.
Yeah. What was it? On Thursday, I lasted till about 4.
Yep. Very long time.
Honestly, I thought I did okay.
Yeah.
And we started actually an hour later than we did on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And on Friday, I lasted till 2:30,
Yeah.
3 o'clock or so.
Yeah. When your foot started. to
Yeah.
bother
And
you.
when I discovered that my foot was wearing a hole in my foot,
Yeah.
at that moment, it was like, okay, I don't think I should roll the dice anymore.
Mm-mm.
You know, we're basically
you-
an hour away from the panel I wanted to go look at or go sit in. And it's
Right.
like, I don't want to make that long walk back all the way across again and then down all the way downstairs.
And I'm glad you didn't, because you caught it almost in the nick of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So.
did. So the wound's not that big, but it's,
Anything's scary when you have diabetic feet.
well,
problems.
especially with the history that I've had over the last 3 years,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
I don't want to roll the dice anymore on that.
Exactly.
So,
And we met a very interesting older gentleman who talked to you about your leg and was
yeah.
like, no, you got to make a better story than that.
yeah.
So
Well, the story I initially told him, yeah,
it was a shark.
before you ask, a shark took it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like, did you lose it in the war?
Yeah.
I'm
and
like-
that's, he was all about me getting it blown off.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, because, he was a vet.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't know if you saw him on Saturday, or on Friday, but I saw him on Friday as well. And he had gone up in rank significantly from when we
He
saw
was no
him on
longer a
Thursday.
captain?
No.
Oh, what was he then?
I don't know, but he had lots and lots of bars
Oh,
and a
okay.
different hat. And I'm like, okay, dude, you know,
Hmm.
he was having fun
Of
with
course.
his character.
Of course.
And he was, I don't know, he was chatting up somebody else. So, I got to meet a velociraptor. That was fun.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You got to meet Onyx.
Onyx. She's a clever girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we do a quick
And
little vignette right here. Yeah.
She didn't bite me.
No. Of course she didn't bite you. And then you flirted with the droids.
Of course, I have to flirt with the droids. That was my discovery last year.
Yep.
Last year was my first year going to one of these, and I kind of went just because I knew that Charles would need support, and so I was like, okay, but it's it's your gig. I'll follow you around. That's fine. And then I fell in love with the droids, discovered them, and was like, oh my gosh, these things are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
What they do.
Yeah, the robotics on them.
recreated.
Yeah, the robotics on them are actually astounding.
Yeah, yeah.
And, well, okay, last year's R2-D2, everything on that droid worked.
Yeah.
The little screen, all the LED lights, all the flaps and little hidden things all lit up and worked and opened up and did whatever and everything like that. This year, the screen didn't work. So the
Yeah.
playback of the Death Star plans didn't happen this time.
No.
Their display table showing all the internal workings and the wirings and the circuit
It's really
boards
impressive.
and
Yeah.
the servos and it's wow. Okay, I thought SCA was expensive.
Yeah.
I thought our medieval reenactment was expensive. Oh no. This is on another level.
it is on another level.
This is on another level. This is and the machining of all the parts. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And of
Well,
course,
and
these are full metal droids.
mhm.
These are 100% to scale. Oh my goodness! Hello.
And then 501st, we spent some time
Oh
there.
yes,
both
we
days.
did. Yes, we did. The first day we tried to go see if anybody that we knew was there, but I think we missed everybody in the passing.
Yeah.
But on Friday we saw Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Jennifer Thompson. Hi, Jennifer, or Bo-Katan, or Fennec Shand, whichever character, or Anubis from Stargate. Yeah, she does costuming on another level that I am aspiring to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, she is. She's learned a lot, and she's fantastic at it.
Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah, we spent some time talking to her. I did a little tiny little pseudo interview with her. Here's a clip. Hi, everybody. I'm over here at the 501st display, and I am here with Jennifer Thompson. Hi. Who's also known as Bo-Katan, also known as FedEx Shan. So, yeah, let everybody know what you do. There we go.
First of all, this is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
This is the way. I made FedEx Shan to start in the 501st, and my second costume was a stormtrooper, but my favorite costume is what I'm wearing today, which is Bo-Katan.
And it's fantastic. But you know, we had a lot. I had a lot of fun with that, and the reason is because it was my people.
Right.
You know, those are my people. We tried to go see one of my other friends who does the Ghostbuster stuff. He was not there until I think like yesterday and today.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Oh well, and we ran into at least one other person that we knew.
Yeah, we saw Jester or John. Yeah.
But yeah, there was. It's a lot of walking. It's a huge event.
Yeah.
And so we saw two panels. One panel was the Meow Wolf folks, the creators of Meow Wolf. And so that was interesting. If you've been to Meow Wolf, if you know, you know. It's an interactive art exhibit, permanent thing. Well, I think they change out their exhibits, but yeah.
Well, yeah, the exhibits kind of rotate. There are some that are permanent. There are some that get interchanged. And,
exactly.
You know.
And then the other one was the, you know them more than I do. The
Has-Been Hotel folks
Hotel.
And the Hell of a Boss folks.
Yeah.
That panel was more of the Has-Been Hotel Has-Been Hotel folks. So it was the voice actors for Charlie Morningstar and Alistair and Angel Dust, and the creator Vizzy Pop was there.
Yeah.
So, and they were on the panel, and they were all talking and having a great time, and they were having a lot more fun talking to each other.
But that's okay. Like, I know nothing about this series, and I enjoyed watching them talk because
it was a lot of fun.
Very creative folks, and so it was
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was interesting. And so let's see. What else?
I don't know.
Other news. I came up with something else to talk about earlier this week, but I didn't write it down.
I don't know what you did then.
It was kind of a spin-off of what we did 2 weeks ago with the top 10 Disney movies.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I was a little busy, so I didn't come up with any.
No, well,
you had things doing. Okay.
Well, and it just came up in a random thing when Chuck and I were talking about something else, and it was like, oh, we should do that. I think it was like a favorite scene in any movie. What's your favorite scene in any movie?
In any movie? Any movie?
Any movie. Or favorite quote.
Oh, wow. Does it have to be a movie?
Yes.
I have two. One is my favorite movie, Court Jester, and it's where Basil Rathbone and Danny Kaye are sword fighting, and Chuck and I discovering the pause button on the VCR. Pausing all of that. That's brilliant.
Yeah, that was...
That's so good.
We spent hours...
rewinding and
rewinding,
stopping, playing.
Play, fast
pause.
forward, stop.
Oh my gosh.
It was a lot of time.
And just random spots.
And just...
and the faces that you can catch from Danny Kaye.
And Basil Rathbone. It was so good. Okay, that's number one. And then my second favorite movie of Real Genius is the scenes where there's a lot going through my brain. At the kind of like where he figures out he's not going to graduate, and
oh yeah,
he then realizes that he can stop what's going on because it's bad. So they have the moral imperative.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because that was a different direction I was headed, because in my mind it was him sitting on the roof being very sad, and
Well, that's where they do
what's his name comes up.
Yeah, when they have the moral imperative.
Yeah.
You know, the second moral imperative. The first moral
Contemplating the words of Socrates when he said, I drank what?
Self-realization. I was thinking of the immortal words of Socrates, who said, I drank what?
Oh, yes.
And then
yeah,
the moral imperative.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Goes from God to me to you to the cleaners.
To Kent.
Oh, to Kent. To the cleaners. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Well, yeah, now the movie quotes are going to start. My favorite scene?
Sure. I know it's hard because there's like your favorite serious scene or your favorite funny scene.
Well, and if it was from a particular fandom,
Right.
I have a favorite scene, but it's not from a movie.
Ah. What is it from?
It's from a TV series.
All right, go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's from Andor.
Yes.
And I have quite a few favorites from Andor.
Yes.
But the one that comes to mind immediately is Luthen Rael's monologue
Yeah.
of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
because it's deep, it's visceral, it pulls at deep, sequestered emotions,
Yeah.
and it draws all that out, and it speaks of pain, sadness, anger, rage,
Mm-hmm.
and resolve,
Mm-hmm.
all at the same time.
Yeah.
And what do you sacrifice?
Calm, kindness, kinship, love. I've given up all chance at inner peace. I made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I wake up every day to an equation I wrote 15 years ago from which there's only one conclusion. I'm damned for what I do. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight, they set me on a path from which there's no escape. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost, and by the time I look down, there's no longer any ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see. Now, the ego that started this fight will never have a mirror or an audience or the light of gratitude. So what do I sacrifice? Everything! Just stay with me, Lonnie. I need all the heroes I can get.
So I think that's one. The other one, I've got several from Andor, but the other one that pops in my mind immediately, almost right after that, is Marva's funeral speech. And that one, I mean, it's just, that one hits hard.
Yeah.
You know, again, Andor just emotionally hits hard.
It really did. Yeah.
And especially with right now,
With what's going on.
with what's going on, with what I see, it's very, very relevant.
But taking out recency bias,
Okay.
give me a movie that's not from, this year.
Oh man. Iron Man, first Iron Man movie,
Okay.
where he's initially taking off all the armor. He's all trussed up, and everything, and the automated machinery is helping him take off the armor, and Pepper Potts walks in, and he turns around and looks over his shoulder and says, admit it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and the only statement after that from her is, are those bullet holes? Okay, that one.
Okay.
I know there's something else deep in there, and I can't really think of it right off the bat.
Well, the one that got me in that movie was when he's leaving the cave where he's been prisoner with the doctor.
Oh yeah.
And the doctor says, I'll cover for you or whatever. And he knows it's a death sentence. And he's like, no, you have to live to see your family. And he goes, no, this is how I go see my family.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm not quoting it correctly, but
Well,
that whole emotional impact of.
Yeah, it's after the big explosion from Tony's rocket and everything. And he got caught in the collateral blast, and he's laying on the government issue rice.
Yeah.
U.S. government issue rice.
Right.
And he's dying. And Tony's saying, come on, Houston. You've got to go see your family. You got to go see them. No, I'm already going to go see them now.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that one hurts.
That one hurts. And that was like
that hurts hard.
Step one of Tony no longer being a jerk.
Well, yeah,
arrogant.
no longer being the warmongering.
Well, just the arrogant
war profiteer.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, realizing that was exactly what his company was doing. I don't think he knew that at the beginning, right? So.
Oh, I think he knew it. He just didn't know the cost.
Right. Yeah, so. The human cost that was going on. Yeah, for me, funny scenes out of Young Frankenstein, which have all been coming to mind with all of people sharing footage of Epic Universe and
see,
and Frankenstein's whatever niece's great granddaughters.
Yeah, Victoria Frankenstein, and it's like
no, Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
You're putting me on.
No, it's pronounced Frankenstein.
Do you also say Frodwick?
No, Frederick.
Well, why isn't it Frodwick Frankenstein?
It isn't. It's Frederick Frankenstein.
I see.
You must be Igor.
No, it's pronounced Igor.
Don't you want to scream that?
I do.
Queue?
It's like,
yes.
Well, fine then. I'm Frodrick.
And when we go there,
Igor
is when we see the violinist that's one.
Oh man.
Play the song. No.
Yeah, she's running around there sawing on this thing, telling stories, and it's like, you're doing it wrong.
That's right.
You're doing it wrong.
I want to know how many people scream that at those people.
Right.
That you don't get to see on like streamers, but people have been in there and are screaming Frankenstein, like it's happening. We're not the only ones.
Frau Brücher.
I am Frau Blücher.
Steady.
It's Igor.
Well, see, that's what I want to do.
We're not the only ones.
No, we can't be, but I do. I want to go up to the storyteller with the violin and just walk by her one time, just look her dead in the eye and go, Blücher.
We're not the only ones.
And Igor, although that Igor doesn't have the hump.
No, he doesn't.
But it was like, wasn't your hump on the other? Never mind.
Yeah. See, going to meet the creature and the bride.
Yeah.
The creature comes out. First thing somebody, what my
you know it,
or just start singing. Do, 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 do. So yeah,
we're not the only ones.
We're not.
We're not.
No,
and it's happened,
and
just nobody's caught it on
film
or thrown it on YouTube.
Would you go to Dark Universe with me?
No.
If we were going to do that?
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Or going into the steakhouse, which is run by vampires, right? And like, children of the night.
Children of the night, shut up.
Children of the night, shut up!
We're just walking up to them, blah, blah, blah.
I don't say blah, blah, blah.
I did not say blah, blah, blah. You just said it.
You just said it right now. Yeah, see, and I would like to go meet Igor.
I know.
And the reason is since I have a prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
You know.
Be like, hey, you
already
stole
took
my
it.
leg.
Yeah, when he starts
Where's
coming
my
at,
leg?
starts looking at me and it's like, yeah, you have me a lot of good specimens. And like, you already took one. I want it back.
Give it back.
See if he can produce a leg out of his bag. And give it to you.
Apparently he walks around with one. Apparently,
I've seen the
some of
arm,
time.
but I haven't seen the leg.
Oh yeah,
Or a foot. I've seen the foot, but not
well,
the
the
leg.
foot is
The whole-
yeah, what they took off of me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
So yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
that would be great. That'd be great.
So yeah.
So, yeah, but see, I could make Dark Universe fun. Okay.
Well, and that's, I mean, I haven't really thought about Young Frankenstein in a little while, but that seeing all that footage just brought it all back, and what a
It would be
brilliant
great.
movie that was.
It would be great.
And how, you know, by the insistence of filming it in black and white, and just all of the nods to all the classic Frankenstein movies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was just, yeah, it was, I was reminded of what a good thing that was. And then, you know, staying on the Mel Brooks
Train.
train would be,
He turns
So-
99 this
I
month.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is so many memorable quotes and scenes out of Blazing Saddles.
Oh, that's such a good movie. We've talked about that before.
We quoted a lot.
Yes, we have, and
Yeah.
you know,
What'd he say?
we've quoted that. We could get in a lot of trouble with that movie.
Oh,
A lot of trouble.
yeah.
So, okay, completely about nothing.
Yes.
Just in non sequitur. Yeah, non sequitur time. If all the restaurants in every Disney location that you have visited closed except the one place to go eat, where would it be?
Which
what
coast?
would it be? I said all Disney locations that you visited.
That we want to keep open?
No, all the restaurants close
Except one.
except one.
That's what I said. You want to keep it open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tusker House.
Okay, you got Tusker House.
Mhm.
Okay,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
we've never eaten there.
What? Where did? Oh no.
Tusker House is in Animal Kingdom next to
Yeah.
Lion King.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. We've never eaten there.
What's yours then? While she's thinking.
See, and that's why I've had a problem with this, because I was hopefully going to hear something else from other people than just one. So,
Oh.
Yours has to be Casey's Corner
nope,
for the hot dogs.
nope. I'm not that one trick pony anymore.
I mean, I love Blue Bayou for its atmosphere and ambiance,
Mhm.
but not that crazy about the food.
Okay, yeah,
So
I agree.
I guess it can close.
Okay,
I was also pondering, I'm not going to remember the name of the place. The place where we had the really fun character breakfast.
Carnation Plaza.
Yeah.
Or no.
No. That's also famous for its fried chicken, but we've never had that.
oh yeah, that it's not Carnation Plaza. Carnation
That's
is on Main
yeah.
Street. You're talking about the Plaza Inn.
Plaza
That's the
Inn,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, Plaza Inn. Just as a good all around. It's got good breakfast and
Okay.
good dinner.
Okay.
And the atmosphere's fun,
Yep.
especially with the kind of not so common characters that you see, aside from Minnie.
See,
of
that's
course,
what
but-
I like. I like that. I like that breakfast
Yeah,
for that character. I like the character breakfast there because just that.
yeah.
It's not the typical.
I mean, we saw Max for Pete's sake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't get the
Isn't that
Fab
nice?
Five all the time, and it's
Yeah.
just the Minnie, Mickey, Donald, Goofy. Yeah.
Or the
Pluto
Pooh
and
characters over on the other side.
What's that?
The Pooh characters.
Oh yeah.
Now we haven't been to Tiana's Palace yet,
Mm-mm.
or Tiana's Place.
Right.
So
Oh, it's Tiana's Palace.
Is it
apparently.
Palace?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's probably going to be my pick. I know
Okay.
that there's some really, really other, excellent places like on hotel properties, but I'm
Right.
going to stick with just the resorts.
Oh, you're sticking within. Well, you're sticking with inside the parks.
Inside the parks.
Yeah, because the
Not the
hotels
resorts.
are part of the
Yeah,
resort.
yeah.
Okay. And see, I'm gonna break that rule.
Okay.
Napa Rose.
Yeah. Okay.
Napa Rose.
For a high-end meal,
I like Napa Rose.
Yeah.
A lot. I had a great time there, and I had a lot of good food there. And this last time was our third time eating there, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, we've never been disappointed.
Nope. So that's mine.
Okay. But that's if would you want every meal there though? 'Cause
That's the question. That was part of the question.
Fancy pants place.
Yeah, like I said, all the restaurants are closing. Every meal would be from this.
I would go hungry because I don't think I could afford to eat every meal.
Well, again, this is not taking money into account
Okay.
because I mean,
yeah,
everything
being free.
This is a fantasy.
Okay.
So
Okay. Let's see.
But now that also starts to beg the question: what's your favorite place to go on either coast? To the ones that we've been to, because we have not been out of the country yet.
Right.
For a Disney property. What's your favorite place? You've already given yours for the East Coast.
Tusker House. And then on Disneyland side, did you just pick one?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeesh.
I know, right?
Tie for first place. Goofy's Kitchen.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And
Okay.
then Country Bear Burgers. I know they changed it,
Okay.
but I can still get my hamburger there. And they're the best hamburgers
Okay.
in the world.
Yeah.
So that's they tie.
So yeah, Hungry Bear. Yeah.
Hungry Bear, and then Goofy's Kitchen. That's my ties.
Okay.
Yeah, Goofy's Kitchen is a lot of fun.
You guys have given your West Coast ones. You need to
Right.
pick East Coast.
Now I got to go East Coast. There's so many to choose from.
There's so many we haven't been to.
Well, right.
So
And there I'm going to not stay in the park other than because your pick Tusker House is definitely up there, even though I haven't eaten there. It just looks amazing.
It's amazing.
Um,
It's really good.
I don't know how, Disney parks aren't exactly on the East Coast, aren't exactly known for high quality food.
that's
But-
true.
And so the difference.
But the hotels are amazing.
Yeah, the difference between Disneyland, there's things you eat at and then you ride next to where you eat.
Yeah.
For me, Disney World is I'm hunting for food. So I don't have like stops that I get a snack and then I go ride. I just go
Right.
ride.
Yeah.
Or I have an attraction that I go to. So that's a big difference with that.
I like the what's the restaurant now? I don't remember which coast it's on. That's across from the Jungle Cruise.
Skipper Canteen.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it's a Skipper Canteen.
Skipper's Canteen, that's in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had fun there both times we went.
Okay. Yeah, we've eaten there twice now, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, once that it were just the three of us, and then once with the bigger family.
Yeah, and I had a really good time both times there.
Me too.
I like Skipper
Yeah.
Canteen.
Yeah,
And it's
a good time and good food.
And the Easter eggs in there are really cool.
Exactly.
because it's
Kungaloosh!
And it's the SEA, and it's like kind of the headquarters
Yeah.
for SEA and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's what's fun about it.
Yeah, but see, a lot of that whole theming and everything was from the old restaurant at Pleasure Island
Mm-hmm.
in Disney Springs.
Springs,
Well,
yeah.
what's now Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
like Skipper Canteen. That's a good one.
Okay, what about you?
Oh, okay. I could end up going over to Epcot because it is,
But yes,
yeah, I know.
where you're
It
headed.
is the world's most expensive food court.
I know. but
Really is.
There's some really good restaurants.
And there are. And Monsieur Paul's
Mm-hmm.
is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even the goofy little French restaurant down lower is marvelous as well.
Chef
Mhm.
La France.
Yep. The chefs of France are beautiful.
Yeah, we had
Okay.
good food there.
Had a great time there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to pick Epcot.
Okay.
Okay. Now, because I've been over to the Oscar House for the princess food over in Norway, and that was a lot of fun. Pickled herring, yay! You know, I had a great time with pickled herring. We're going to Hollywood Studios.
Brown Derby.
No, it's a tie for first place there.
Okay,
I'm going to
good.
do the same thing you did.
Good.
And do a tie for first place.
Excellent.
The runner-up in the first place category is the Brown Derby.
1B.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
1B is Brown Derby.
Yes. Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Loved Brown Derby. Okay.
Mhm.
Love it. And the reason is believe it or not, the main thing that makes me love that place, all the food is great. We had New Year's dinner there.
We did.
We had a marvelous time
Very
there.
enjoyable.
We had a great lunch
We
there.
had great lunch
Oh
there.
my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their chopped salad. Whew.
But the thing that kept me coming back is the grapefruit cake.
That great.
I
I know. And I'm not a big fruity person. I don't like
Not-
fruity things.
Nor
but
dessert. And
Yeah.
here you are.
I will go for that grapefruit cake. That is
Because-
so
It's
good.
so good.
It's that cream cheese frosting.
Well, and the candied grapefruits
Yes.
that are
Uh-huh.
like sugary but
and
still tart. This is so good.
It's all over the place.
It is
and
so
it's
good.
so yummy. And
Yeah.
it's got that nice, refreshing tart flavor.
refreshing. That's
But
the best word for it.
Sweet when it
Ugh.
needs to be, but not too sweet.
No, it's
Right.
so good.
Not too sweet.
And that's high praise if I'm saying that I
I
want
know.
to. Yeah, it's
And
huge.
I was going to say, if Alice and I are coming up with a fruit dessert,
Yes.
that we both like,
Huge.
okay, that should tell you volumes right
Huge.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge.
Now that's the
Yes.
Runner up.
that's
1B.
first one. Okay. Sci-fi drive-in
Oh,
diner.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
We haven't been there since the menu changed, though.
I know. But they had the best burgers in that park.
I had a fantastic ham and cheese sandwich with chili. That was so good.
And all the old
Stupid movie.
from Disneyland's Tomorrowland clips being played over and over and over again, and it's just
the campiness of it.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It makes my little sci-fi heart sing. Okay.
They have really good.
And you're at a
chocolate malts.
drive-in, so
Exactly. You get to eat in a car, and it's
Yeah.
stupid and it's fun.
Oh my gosh, it is fun.
You know, I had a ball there,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I can get both hamburgers and hot dogs there,
Yes.
and onion rings.
Mhm.
Oh,
And milkshakes and all
yes.
of
Chocolate
that.
malt.
Oh, the
the things.
milkshakes were great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my pick.
Okay.
That's mine.
Cool.
Now, there are places that deserve attention at Animal Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to have a quick lunch, Flame Tree.
You like Flame Tree, yeah.
When we stumbled on, that was a true stumble on for me because I had not eaten at Flame Tree before. So, and I ate the cabbage.
It was a good coleslaw,
It
man.
was good.
I ate the cabbage.
It was really good.
What's your favorite snack?
Oh, jeez.
All over?
Which coast?
All right, you can do one of each.
I'm sorry. I have to.
I
have to.
You want to go first?
I got quite a few snacks that are my
have
favorite
Several.
over in
Disneyland.
in Disneyland.
Yes.
So I got quite a few. Yeah, I'll go first. Okay. For a snack, yeah, Casey's Corner or Coca-Cola Corner. Yeah.
Corner there.
Yeah, Coca-Cola Corner there. The reason is, I mean, you get the hot dog and you get your choice of either chips or Fritos.
Mhm.
You know, good times.
I consider that a meal, but that's me.
Well, now I do. Now I consider it a meal. I got to have my churro
Mhm.
somewhere.
West Coast though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It must be at Disneyland or California Adventure. It cannot be at Disney World, in any park in Disney World. It's too humid for churros.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. Yeah, and then, of course, the Bengal barbecue.
Oh.
Meat on a stick. Come on now.
Yes.
Okay. Come on now. And then, of course, now, I know you won't like them, but I like a Dole Whip. I love my Dole Whip. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to end there. Because I'll
Todd.
go on for next.
You get meat on a stick with the Mickey pretzel and cheese, and then you stand in line for Indiana Jones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
The TCA, you get the Knob Hill milkshake from Ghirardelli
Yes. Yes.
and watch them get off of Tower of Terror.
And you come off Tower of Terror, and
I
she
hand you a
hands you
milkshake.
this milkshake.
Strawberry milkshake
and-
for you.
Yes.
And then let's see. Those are kind of the tops. You know what we haven't had that we need to get because everybody else raves about it is the garlic bread from the Matterhorn place.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have not.
No.
Apparently, this is like life-changing garlic bread.
And then you pair it with the Bengal barbecue.
Yeah.
meats
Yeah.
and like make your own thing. So we have to kind of do that.
Alan, it's your fault. Alan and Mammoth Club.
Yeah.
So, the hardest thing I have is finding iced tea anywhere in either park.
That's always the struggle.
It's always
with
the
this.
struggle. So
yeah.
I have to hunt around for that. But those are my thing. Bengal barbecue, getting your meat on a stick with Mickey pretzel and cheese, and you ride Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't talked about the East Coast yet, but you're West Coast.
My West Coast, definitely Dole Whip.
Mm-hmm.
The West Coast Dole Whip, for some reason, is better.
I haven't figured out why yet either.
I haven't either. And also just our discovery of that little Dole Whip place that's behind the...
that's been there for quite a while,
I
the
know.
Tropical Hideaway.
Yeah, but we've never bothered to stop there until this last trip. And then we're like, why haven't we been here? This is amazing. So, yeah, Dole Whip for sure. I like the traditional one, but I think I would also like the coconut one, but I haven't tried it.
The coconut one intrigues me.
Yeah.
It does intrigue me.
But I'm not sure I could eat a whole one.
I'm not sure I really want that pina colada taste.
Yeah.
Getting caught in the rain?
No.
No. I also like a Mickey pretzel. Churros are too rich for me, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I think that's my sweet and savory.
Yeah. Okay. Now East Coast.
East Coast. Well, I discovered the egg rolls.
Yeah,
those are good.
The cheeseburger ones.
Yeah, those
and
are
the
good.
Pizza.
Those are a nice little
really
grab
good.
and go.
Yeah.
So this is going to be harder for me because I don't have a whole lot of, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like even in Animal Kingdom, I struggle so hard there to find food to begin with. Although the French fry things and the egg rolls from Yak and Yeti are really good. So that's kind of like, I don't, like I said, the East Coast is not so food centric for me.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing's really right home about yummy.
I will say this though, I was turned on to, and this is going to be a shocker for y'all too, the baguettes out of France.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you get a baguette and then bread and butter, and you just snack on that. That was actually very yummy.
Okay.
So, and I can get tea in France.
Yes, you can.
I can get a giant tea in France.
Mm-hmm.
And it was brilliant. And I spent a lot of time going to that crepes stand, getting my giant tea in France.
Yeah, crepes right there, you know.
I didn't get one of those. But anyway, that was the thing. So, yeah, and I think it boils down to I've just been to Disney. I can navigate Disneyland better and easier than I really can Disney World.
Yeah. No, I get it.
You know.
I get it.
So
I like ice cream at Gertie's.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that
dinosaur.
up. I'm glad you brought that up.
Loch Ness or whatever it is.
It's a dinosaur.
Okay. Got to write the person.
La Brea.
Mm-hmm. It's the big giant brontosaurus.
I lied.
From the combination live action animated movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did lie. My favorite snack in Hollywood Studios are the tachos from Andy's Lunchbox.
Andy's Lunchbox.
And the tachos, I don't care they changed the chili. Don't care. It's still really good. I love
What was wrong with the chili to begin with?
Nothing. They just changed the chili because they got a different supplier.
Oh, all right.
I still love the tachos. So I have a go-to snack in Hollywood.
Okay. Okay, good.
So that's a good one. But everywhere else, like even, like if you think in Animal Kingdom, I'd have a go-to.
Oh, yeah.
And I really don't. I mean, now that I have to, if I want to eat dirt cheap, I can go to Yak and Yeti or Rainforest. So there's that. But
yeah.
But those are more meals. I mean,
they have the walk-up counter.
They do. That's true. But yeah, I like a lot of stuff in Asia and Africa there. so I can't really pick. But yeah,
Okay. There is one particular snack that I can find in every park,
Mm.
and that's the Mickey Head ice cream sandwich.
Well, yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Sometimes with chocolate chip ice cream, sometimes with just plain ice cream.
Okay.
With the Mickey Head ice cream sandwich. That's it. You can find it in every park. It's a go-to every time. I know I can get it.
Yes. Yeah. And it's funny because the ice cream bars taste better there than they do at other places,
Potter.
I guess.
I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, there are just some that taste better in the East Coast than the West Coast. There's some that taste better in the West Coast than the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I will always, and I will die on this hill. You do not buy churros at
No.
Disney World.
No.
Okay.
I agree.
You just don't. You don't do it. Anyway. We are an hour and 6 in.
There you go.
Okay. So much for coming up with stuff.
I guess, yeah, it was a show about nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing, you know.
A mix of stuff of what we've done in the last week and
Mm-hmm.
more on favorite things.
Anyway, that's our show for tonight.
Yay.
I don't know if there's did anybody have a parting shot?
I'm too tired.
Okay, no, I got you.
I'm so travel weary.
You're
Yeah.
coming
I'm
off a
done.
trip.
Yeah.
You know, and doing this after a trip,
It's tired.
I'm very sorry to do that to you and realizing that was dumb.
Okay.
So, you know, there.
Oh, well.
I'm a professional.
You keep saying those words. I don't think they mean what you think they mean.
It doesn't mean that we have to torture you and make you be a professional. So,
This is supposed to be fun.
It's fine.
Okay.
okay.
If I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't be here.
Well, there is
All right,
that.
There is that.
There is that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I know.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
Oh.
I had to. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Please do not forget to hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm hoping that whoever decided they're not going to watch us stuff anymore, come back and subscribe again. We're still got stuff going on. Every 2 weeks, a new episode. So, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. We're going to be back to the top 10.
Oh, what are we top 10ing?
Top 10 Pixar movies.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. Top 10 Pixar movies.
All right.
And I know, Alyce, if you do not have top 10, you got to catch up. You got 2 weeks to do it.
Movie-thon.
I'm really busy.
I know. I understand.
I know. Summer's a bad time for you.
So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing in 2 weeks. Hopefully, guys, we will see you folks then. And thank you again for joining us. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
That's bye and good night at the same time.
Oh, we got to get out of here.